Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the stream. I'm Robert from the El Magnifico Games channel, and today we are going to continue our playthrough of Return of the Obra Dinn. Now, we're a long way into the game. I believe that we've already discovered the fates of 51 of the 60 crew members. So we're very much at the stage now where we're just trying to finish off the last few fates, wrap things up, and see what the end of the game is like. What mysteries will be revealed. So let's get into it. Now, I suppose the question is, where do we begin? I remember last time I was looking for some easy fates to wrap up right towards the end of the stream, and we've discovered that at least two of the individuals on board just seem to have fallen off the record. I have no other way to put it. There's no account of their death, and there's no account of their disappearance. This is strange. The fact that some individuals may have disappeared from the vessel and there be no record of exactly what happened to them is accounted for in the record. There's a concept of someone disappearing. But as I say, the third mate, Martin Perrott, I may be mispronouncing that, as well as the captain steward, Philip Dole, they're just not accounted for. It's bizarre. I believe when the Obra Dinn made its way back to England, there was no one on board. And we know that those individuals didn't leave on any of the rowboats when there was a bit of an exodus from the ship. So it's bizarre. We have no accounting for them. Other than that, I just noticed there's something in that hammock. Oh, it's not a hammock. It's... what would you even call that? It's a sheet that they've attached at four corners to the ceiling. Interesting. To the beams. Anyway. But I'm probably going to end up leaving those individuals to last, simply because I'm really not sure what to do with them. As I say, they've just... there's no accounting for it. They haven't disappeared yet, they're no longer on the records. So, where else should we begin? We've got the bosun's mate. They're still unidentified. Honestly, perhaps the best place to start would be with the Chinese contingent. We've already identified one member of the Chinese contingent. That is George Shirley, who seems to have socialised with these group of men from China and who appears to have some Asian ancestry. But he's the only one we have managed to identify at this point, fully pinned down his fate. So there's four other individuals from China. I think we know how all of them died, but we haven't figured out who's who. So let's get on that. I'm guessing that they're going to be some of the more difficult individuals to identify. Obviously, individuals with a greater deduction rating are harder to identify, but I get the feeling that, well, the highest deduction rating is that we know of is, well, that there is in the game is 3, and I get the feeling that these individuals in particular are going to be particularly hard, even for someone with that deduction rating. I'm fairly certain from the picture that these must be the 4 individuals from China. This individual, this one, and this one. Since they're the only individuals that appear somewhat oriental besides the group of Formosans, who we have already fully identified, these individuals. So yes, perhaps I should begin by giving them some sort of nickname for my own note-taking purposes, so that I can more easily collect information about them. This individual, for no particular reason, we'll call Dower. This individual we'll call Alert. This individual we'll call Curious. Actually, I suppose that should be Inquisitive, shouldn't it? Inquisitive. And this individual we'll call... What's actually going on here? We'll call them Serious. Again, these are just arbitrary names I'm assigning so that I have the ability to refer to one or the other of them while I'm trying to deduce what their names are. Jenny says, excuse me, how do you learn their names? When you zoom in on their figures, their names are not shown. That is the game. I am supposed to determine both their names and how they died. So I know that there are 4 individuals from China. These are the only individuals who have Asian ancestry who I haven't identified by name so far. And it's because of that that I'm able to say that those 4 individuals must be these 4 from the picture. But the problem is I don't know who's who. I have 4 names and I have 4 people in the picture, but I don't know which name is associated with which face. This must be an unknown topman, naturally. So, what I think I'll do next is, based on these nicknames I've assigned them, I will double check how each of them died. Jenny says, I see, thank you. However, would their appearances give you hints about whether they are Asian or even Chinese or not? Yes, that's something that to an extent I've had to rely upon in this game. That that different members of the crew are from different parts of the world, and they are also... Oh, I've already identified that individual. Yeah, they're from different parts of the world, and they ethnically look different accordingly. I haven't. What mistake did I make then? Oh. I may be incorrect then. Because I know there are only 4 individuals from China. But there's 5 individuals that to me look like they could possibly be Chinese. Maybe this individual... Okay. I'll add this individual to the list and give them a nickname. What shall we call them? What should we call them? I've already used the nickname Sirius. But they're the only one in the picture which is up high. So we'll call them Acrobat. I know that term isn't entirely isn't precisely correct, but again, as long as it serves the purpose that I can write notes about this individual, and when I look back at the picture I can see exactly who I was talking about. So they were electrocuted. That's how they died. Is there anything else I can tell about them from this memory? I don't think so. So we know that the one I was calling Sirius was drowned. In fact, I've already filled in quite a few of these, so let's copy those down. I should probably put the dates down as well. What about the two up here? So Alert was strangled by Beast, and Dower was spiked by a Beast. Like I say, we want to get the dates. I suppose, strictly speaking, it's not the date so much that I'm interested in as the chapter and part number. So they were electrocuted. It was this I was calling them Acrobat. They were electrocuted during the events of 6-1. Where's the life at sea picture again? Soldiers of the Sea is 6, so that must be 6-4. So this was Sirius, I think. Yes. Oh, sorry, that was Alert. I thought I'd made a mistake, and I had. That was the one I was nicknaming Alert. This was Sirius. Perhaps I need a better name for them, rather than Sirius. Something. We'll call them Helpful, To be honest, I'm not entirely certain whether they're helping here or not. But just to recap, the temporary nicknames I'm using is Dour, Alert, Acrobat, Inquisitive, and Helpful. Right, who else do we have? Right, they perished in Unholy Captives Part 1, which is 5. And that's Dour. So that's 5-1. So Inquisitive. Is I think the only one. No, we don't. Inquisitive and Helpful. We both don't have. Recorded the time they perished or disappeared. So this is 7 after 7-8. How should I denote that? I suppose greater than 7-8. And is Helpful there as well by any chance? Yes, that's Helpful, isn't it? Right. So that's the 5 individuals we're trying to pin down. I suppose the next thing I should do... Oh, that won't work. Never mind. No, we'll have to get to that later. I was going to say if I write down all the numbers for the individuals that we're trying to identify here, but then it occurred to me that there's at least one individual whose number we don't know, because there's only 4 individuals from China and 5 individuals that I'm investigating. I wonder how many... Hamado Diom. I wonder what that... I wonder what culture that name comes from. We know they're from Sierra Leone. Is that how it's pronounced? I thought it was pronounced Sierra Leone, but I'm just noticing the A on the end. That is definitely an A, not a E, isn't it? Maybe it's an archaic spelling for the same area? Ah, that's the Spanish rendering of the name, I believe, the name of the area. So yeah, that's Sierra Leone, which I believe is on the west coast of Africa. But what I want to know is what culture does a name like Hamado come from? Or Dion? I'll take Dion. That of course is a surname, which may actually be more useful. Right, but I want to know what language Dion comes from. No, it doesn't look like I'm gonna have any luck. Oh. One website is claiming 4,925 people bear this surname, most prevalent in Senegal. Really? Oh no, I actually went to the website in question. Oh no, that is what it says. Okay, where is Senegal? Senegal, West Africa. Okay. So we probably are looking for someone of West African descent then. I wonder if Dower is actually West African. Right. Ah, I think they probably are. And I'll tell you the reason I think that. I can't be 100% sure, but what I was thinking was, how has the artist been rendering individuals that we know to be of a darker complexion? There's this individual here, Alexander Booth, and you can see that there's a bunch of extra lines being drawn across the face. It is hard to tell, because I mean a lot of them have... No, that doesn't quite work, does it? I'm not sure the artist really is indicating their complexion, are they? Well, I was just thinking, there's a lot of lines on this individual's body and their face which may indicate they're trying to tell us they're a darker skinned individual. Compared, for example, to this individual's chest. Or these individuals' faces. But then you have an individual like this. Oh, they are from Italy though, so they would have a darker complexion. I know it's a bit tenuous, but reading between... It's not really reading between the lines, is it? Trying to... Well, after a careful examination of the... the art style in the picture, I think that is probably Hamado Dion. I wonder if we can confirm that in any way. So they were there during the cargo deck incident, but I don't think that's going to help us identify them because their name isn't used. I suppose if they're... How many seamen actually are unidentified? Right. This is the only individual. And I bet the topmen aren't expected to... Actually, I don't know if that's the case. What I was thinking is, are the topmen expected to also move cargo about? So let's have a careful look at who's moving the cargo about, and if everyone else that's moving cargo about is just an ordinary seaman, then I would conclude that oh, you can actually quite easily see here that he has a dark complexion, and he does seem to be moving cargo about. And everyone else that is an ordinary seaman, not a topman. Okay, I'm satisfied with that. I feel like our guess here isn't quite so tenuous. Right, that's good. So we've got to the position where I thought we had started. We've got to the position that I thought we were in when we started, but apparently we weren't, where we have 4 individuals pictured and 4 names. So that's inquisitive, that's helpful, that's alert, and then there's acrobat. Okie dokie. Right, let's write down the numbers we're interested in. They're going to be consecutive, aren't they? 38 through 41. So we have Huang Li, Ji Zhang, Li Hong, and Wei Li. Right, now, I remember there was a scene that we went to during the last stream. When I say a scene, I mean a memory. There was a memory we went into during the last stream where we were able to look at the hammocks, and only 2 of the hammocks remained. And one of them was 41, and the other one, that's hammocks of the Chinese contingent specifically, one of them was 41 and the other one we couldn't make out. Well, if 3 of them had... I don't mean 3, do I? Because we've identified Dower. So yeah, if 2 of them, of the Chinese contingent, if 2 of them had passed on, that must have been probably in chapters... It was sometime between chapters 6 and 7 then. So we have inquisitive and helpful. They were probably the 2 that... that survived longest. This might have been the memory, that's possible. Because if the individual was being crushed to death by that sea monster, it doesn't follow that the others at the time were aware of what was going on and were concerned. Incidentally, what is the bow of a ship? Is that the front? Poor man. The front of a boat or ship. As opposed to stern. Okay. Right, so we're looking for the hammocks of the Chinese contingent. I don't think that's the Chinese contingent. Ah, that's the Indian contingent. Is the Chinese contingent opposite them? No. Oh, I thought this would be where the Chinese contingent was. Ah, that's probably Shirley's hammock then. This individual's probably 41 then. I mean, there's no one in it, but it hasn't been taken down yet. So I'm guessing this is... Whaley. Okay, that helps. Helps narrow it down, I mean. How are we going to identify the rest, I wonder? Well, I suppose we begin by looking at what memories they were in. This was the other individual that survived a long time, wasn't it? So let's start by looking at the two that didn't survive as long. There's 4 memories for this individual, 5 for this individual. So we'll start with this one. Alert. Right, so they were in the hammock memory, but that's not so surprising. They were in this memory, were they? Well, we may as well take a look. Where is it? Gun deck, that's helpful. So, it's at the bow of the ship. Or towards the bow of the ship. This was probably where the good cook lost their life. Doesn't look like any hammocks are up.
Give him tea and I can fry us a solid meal. No, take it slow. What's it, gentlemen? It's a pretty shell here. Let's have a look. No, get back.
So where's alert? Ah, can we make it up the top? No. This way maybe? We can. So that's where they are. Anything on them that's distinctive at all? Maybe their trousers? I think they're slightly darker than most of the other Chinese contingent wore. This individual wears a striped shirt, clearly. Alrighty, that gives us a few things to go on. Not much, I know, but better than nothing. Right, how about we head back to the old hammock memory and see if we can make any details out. This is the only individual with dark trousers. 39. Alright, so then alert is probably 39. Jizang. Hey! So that's progress. So 2 left then that we have to distinguish, and they're both topmen. Just noticed Shirley has a different blanket to the others. Oh, is that a striped shirt? No, don't think so. Right then. Just wondering how we're going to distinguish the rest. I only managed it this time because of the trousers. Okay, which 2 hammocks belong to unidentified individuals? So we've got 39 and 41 identified, so it must be 40 and 38, so it's these 2. So we're looking for anything that would help us distinguish these 2 specifically. And I must admit, I'm not seeing a lot. So this was the individual that lived longer of the 2 of them. If I could find a memory much later on that contained their hammock, that would help. So something on the gun deck, preferably. They were fighting a sea monster at the time, weren't they? So they wouldn't have had the hammocks out. Although, even though I don't think the hammocks are out, maybe I should take a look anyway. You never know, if they were caught by surprise, there may be... we may find a hammock that's been hastily thrown to the side or something like that. Right, what am I looking for? Gun deck. One of the poor individuals that was crushed. Oh, they do have some hammocks up. That's interesting. "41. But 41 was an individual we've already accounted for, isn't it? Yeah. No. No, it's not. Yes, it is. That's Waylay. So unfortunately, as useful as that could have been, that's not actually very useful. So it's 40 and... was it 40 and 38? Yes. Interesting. I wonder why I can go back here. Wait. Oh no, I'm not trapped, am I? No. I'll have to remember these hammocks are here, because it may help me identify some other members of the crew later. No, looks like I'm well and truly out of luck. Where's that magic door? Here it is. Right, what other memories had them in? So the one that I'm calling the Acrobat, they passed on during the events of Chapter 6. So any hammocks that are still on the ship at that point won't include their hammock.
Let me on.
Nah, I'm not allowed to go down there.
How's that?
This is why it's so useful to be able to find memories on the gun deck specifically.
You killed my brother.
Alright, I don't think this approach is going to work. How else could we do it? I suppose any memories on the gun deck earlier on chronologically, where only one of the two we're trying to identify as present and their hammock is up, that would work. So this is on the gun deck. No, this isn't. This is the misleading memory, where the prompt to go into the memory is on the gun deck, but the memory itself takes place entirely on the main deck. How did they die? One of them was electrocuted. The other one was drowned by a beast. So the one that was drowned by the beast, presumably that took place during the sea monster attack, I think. So that was when the cook died. I'm pretty sure we checked during that memory quite recently, but that would have been in connection to a different crew member. No, I don't see a single hammock. Right. What else do we have? This is a memory that could possibly be useful. Right, any hammocks? Any at all?
What's going on? Stay back. It's already on your neck. Hey.
Not seeing any, unfortunately.
No, get there. Hey, cat.
Nah, I appear to be out of luck. Never mind. Where's that magic door? I'm not seeing that magic door anywhere. It's not up top, is it? Yes, it is. So that means we can probably rule out this entire chapter in terms of hammocks, since I don't see why they would have put more hammocks up during that encounter with those creatures. Unfortunately, this does make it very difficult. So it's between Huang Li and Li Hong. Both topmen. And given that they've both got a deduction rating of 3, it's not like their name is going to have been used in any dialogue. Because that sort of thing gives an individual a deduction rating of 1. I'm just trying to think what sort of evidence exists that I could even use. I know quite a lot about these individuals, but obviously the challenge at hand is getting a name to a face. And the most powerful method I currently have of matching names to faces is through the hammock method, because it has their service number on. Their ID aboard vessel. But we've just done quite a thorough scrub through the memories for any hammock related clues, and we haven't found any. So what else is there? Problem is, I can't think of anywhere besides the hammocks that uses either their ID aboard ship or their name. Obviously dialogue includes their name, but we've quite reasonably ruled that out in this case. Just thinking, I don't suppose there's any hammocks that have been left up. No, it doesn't look like it. So one of them was electrocuted, the other one drowned. Let's go back to the electrocution memory. Yeah, the scene didn't progress to the point where anyone called out their name or anything of that ilk. I don't want to just guess and then rely on the confirmation system to tell me the answer, since that's using knowledge that I shouldn't really have access to. I'm just wondering if I can get down there. I don't think I can. Oh goodness me, you can see the creatures coming aboard. The funny thing is, I know their clothing's quite distinct. If more of their clothing was on display during the hammock memory, then it would be easy to distinguish them. But unfortunately, I don't think it is. If I could just peek inside and see which of the two of them has the striped shirt. Yeah, it's 40 and 38, isn't it? The trouble is their footwear specifically isn't all that different. The hammocks aren't particularly different. What's that? What's that thing there? Is that supposed to be a patch? That's interesting. Okay, let's record that. 40 has patch. But that would only help me if there was a memory in which I could both see the individual and their hammock was up. No, that's not true. I suppose what this would let me do, since they died at different times, if I was looking at a memory during a period when only one of them was alive, and I saw the hammock with a patch, but the number wasn't on display, then that would tell me who's who. So I suppose that's what we're looking for. Now, what was that memory we found that was surprisingly late on that had hammocks? Was it during the Doom? It was probably when the artist, was being crushed to death by the beast. See, I'd always assumed this was George Shirley's hammock, but it might not be. I can't see any evidence of the patch. So it probably is George Shirley's hammock. Blast. That's an interesting thing. A scimitar just hanging there. Was 36 the Persian by any chance? Yes. I must admit, I am struggling a bit. I just can't find a point of differentiation. Right, where's that magic door? As you can see, the only thing I have to distinguish them based on is their, what do they call it? Oh, they don't give it a name. Their ID aboard ship. And the only place I know that's used is on the hammocks. Let's see, neither of them made it past chapter 7. And it's not like there's a chapter where they held a funeral or something like that, where I could check the hammocks that way. So this is the individual that died first, the one I was calling the acrobat. But what is their name? Let's have a look at the picture again. Is there anything whatsoever that's a clue. This individual has very light socks, but dark clothing otherwise. This individual's in entirely light clothing. Let's get back to the hammock scene. The hammock memory, I should say. Perhaps that's it. Perhaps I just need to very, very carefully check the brightness of the clothes of those two from beneath the blankets. That one looks quite bright. From that angle anyway. This one I can't see. I reckon that's it. I reckon because it's no accident that I can look in at this angle. Actually, I get quite a lot of the leg, don't I? And I don't see it obviously getting much darker all of a sudden. But we will double check. So, try to remember that leg. That leg belongs to number 40. The way the watch kept getting brought out and put away just then sounded quite a lot like the regular tick-tock you'd expect from a watch.
What the hell is going on?
Yes, that leg gets really quite dark really quite quickly.
Dead friends. Shell? What? Shell?
This one doesn't. This one just carries on being light all the way up. I think we've solved it. So you must be 38. Hung Lee. And you must be 40. Li Hong. Of course, we won't know till we make another correct guess. But in the end, I'm reasonably happy with that. Right, let's keep going. That was a tough one. Right, what else do we have? We haven't discovered the bosun's mate yet. We might be able to do that from the picture alone. Shown with the ship's steward. Are there any unidentified topmen? No. Which raises the question, who was that sitting up high? They were near the bosun, so the bosun's mate isn't a bad guess. Where's the bosun's mate? Charles Minor from France. Let's see. Let's track their memories. And see if they tended to hang around the bosun.
Hok Seng Lao, you have been found guilty by self-confession of the murder of Nunzio Pan. As captain of this ship, and
Oh, that wasn't actually very helpful because I've just gone into the same memory that the picture was taken from. So that's given me no new information. Right, this one's accessible through the first mate's cabin, isn't it?
On your toes. Here. Slack the lifts and lower the boats. The whole crew will be on us. Give it up.
That's odd. Where are they? They're supposed to be in this scene. Ah, there they are. Interesting. So this individual... This individual must have drowned during the kidnapping. I don't see much evidence that they're French, though. Right, so I'm thinking when the ship was attacked by the crab creatures... Was that unholy captives? I think so. Wasn't there a scene where someone yells out in French? Something like, a demon. No, perhaps it was... Oh, during this attack. Yes. I want to see that scene. I keep calling them scenes tonight for some reason. They're not, they're memories. I want to see that memory. Right, that was here, wasn't it?
Clear the deck. Move the boats astern and throw the bodies over.
What's your foot in?
Hey there, what's this? Give him the lee and I can fry us a solid meal, boys.
Heaven now. Take it slow.
What's it, gentlemen? There's a free shell here. Let's have a look.
No, get back.
This is the wrong one. This is the one I was looking for. Ah, it's further round. Over here, I think. That'll be it.
What's going on? Stay back. It's already going to Nick. Hey. Come on, boss. No, get there. Hey, cat!
Oh, they were throwing the axe at them. Interesting. Hang on. How many individuals aboard were French? Only one, that's what I thought. Maybe that wasn't French. I guess not. Okie dokie. Who's still unidentified? Martin Perrot, who was the... No, he's not unidentified. We just don't know his fate. Charles Minor. Zungi Sathi. Oh, is that it? Is there only 2 individuals left? Let's verify this, shall we? Ah, so is it these 2? It's looking a lot like it, isn't it? So the only entries that aren't filled in is this one, but we know who the third mate was, we just don't know his fate. Charles Minor, as I said. Zungi Sathi. Philip Dole. Do we know who Philip Dole is? I'm not sure we do. So in total, what are the 6 entries pending? This one for the third mate, this one for the bosun's mate, this one for the ship's steward, this one for the captain's steward, and these 2. So I think that means there's only 3 people left unidentified. The bosun's mate, the ship's steward, and who was the other one? Captain steward. So ship's steward, captain steward, and bosun's mate. So who's the other individual in the picture that's not identified? for the life of me, I can't seem to find them. Oh, I'd already figured out that that was probably the captain's steward. Okay. It's just their eventual fate I don't know. Okay, so then it is down to this individual and this individual. Which one's the bosun mate and which one's the ship's steward? Let's track this individual. I think they're probably the Frenchman, but that is complete guesswork on my part. Actually, I don't know. They might not be. It really could be either of them, couldn't it? I wonder if the individuals that fell off the record I wonder if they could have been in the lazarette and they just died of illness. So, let's find out what a bosun's mate does and what a ship's steward does. Boatswain's mates train, direct and supervise personnel in ship's maintenance duties in all activities relating to marline spike, deck, boat, seamanship, painting, upkeep of ship's external structure, rigging, deck, equipment and boats. Boatswain's mates take charge of working parties, perform seamanship tasks, act as petty officer in charge of picket boats, self-propelled barges, tugs, and other yard and district craft. They serve in or take charge of damage control parties. They also operate and maintain equipment used in loading and unloading cargo, ammunition, fuel, and general stores. Okay. That last one could be very useful. What does a ship's steward do? Ship stewards or housekeepers play a vital role on a ship by ensuring the vessel's cleanliness and looking after the needs of the ship's guests and crew members. So it sounds like they're The one in charge of janitorial duties. Let's check that memory. Where am I headed? This way, I think.
On your toes.
Go back!
Here.
Pepe!
Slack the lifts and lower the boats. The whole crew will be on us.
Give it up!
Right, that's not particularly helpful, unfortunately. Letting me know they were involved in the kidnapping doesn't particularly help me distinguish them. Let's do what we did with the Chinese contingent. Let's write down all the information we have about them. So 7, bosun's mate, and 27, ship's steward. Sounds to me like bosun's mate qualifies as an officer, whereas ship's steward doesn't, but I could be wrong. Are they both present during the hammock memory? So this individual is present during the hammock memory. This individual isn't. That probably settles it then. Because since the bosun's mate is clearly in charge of people, they organise groups of people, I would have thought that would make them an officer. I mean, okay, that's not strictly speaking true in every case. Like, for example, senior members of the rank and file, senior members of the other ranks, I should say, like sergeants will have some command responsibilities. But at first blush, this seems like a
Saya tu tahu. Good deal.
this looks like a safe bet. Although I must admit, wait, did I just walk? I'm not sure I'm supposed to be able to walk there. Huh. I don't see a hammock for either of those two, though. I can only guess it's one of the individuals whose hammocks we're not allowed to look at, which isn't very helpful. Let's look at the diagram of the ship again. Bosun's mate. Bosun's mate would be on the gun deck here. Bosun's mate. They would not be with the hammocks of the other ranks. So where would they be? They would be here. Yeah, they have a proper bed. So this is all pointing to the idea that the bosun's mate is an officer and the ship's steward wasn't. Strictly speaking, the door is there, but we can't go into it to examine it, so I think it would be very harsh if the game counted that. If hypothetically the bosun's mate was in there sleeping, I think it would be very harsh if the game tagged them as being in that memory. So that settles it for me, I think. This individual must be the ship's steward. And this individual must be the bosun's mate. So why didn't that work? That only makes sense if these two are the wrong way round. Or rather, what I have just input could only be true if these two are the wrong way round. What is it? Li Hong and Hong Li. So if I got these the right way round, which I was feeling pretty confident about earlier on, then these two must be the wrong way round. This is very mysterious. How could I not have 3 of them correct? Drowned by Beast. No, sorry, that's not the one. Drowned by Beast. I thought we were fairly confident about that. Electrocuted. No real doubt about that. Speared by a beast. I assume we're in no doubt about that. In fact, I think I remember that. Spiked. That's strange. I thought we just figured those ones out. So let's check the mode of death.
Keep course due east. You'll reach the Canaries in 3 days. You packed enough stores?
Aye, sir. Checked and loaded them myself.
Good. Stay quiet and alert. If the wind picks up, we've no chance against the Obra Dinn.
休假，你玩抓不？
我冇问题，但是伊来想啊，绝对袂当互伊落在水底。
那是遐个怪物出现，你绝对卖起来。
Aye, shut it up.
They say strange things about monsters.
That's not really in any doubt, is it? Most definitely speared. Hold on. There is another possibility. I'll be a bit disappointed if this turns out to be the case. Could I have had both pairs the wrong way round? So that would be that would contradict the... If these two are the wrong way round, then that would contradict the evidence we found both in terms of the brightness of their clothing and in particular their leg wear. And if these two were the wrong way round, that would contradict the evidence we found in terms of which memories they feature in. I reckon that's possible actually, because that then puts the bosun's mate next to the bosun. But apparently that wasn't it. I just find it so odd that of those 4 guesses, not even 3 of them are correct. This individual was definitely speared. I don't think that's in any doubt. Oh, that would put the ship's steward with the other stewards. Okay, so we should ignore we should ignore the evidence we found which in terms of which scenes these 2 individuals were in. It makes more sense for it to be this way round. This individual's definitely speared. This individual was definitely spiked. So those 2 must be correct. So these 2 must both still be wrong. No, this individual, sorry, and this individual. How could this one be wrong? We know they were electrocuted. We saw it happen. Maybe the game doesn't correct the last 3. Sorry, the penultimate 3. Perhaps you have to get all 6 of the final ones correct. That must be it. Is there a fast way to get to the back of the book? I'm not sure there is. Just this, I guess. Yeah. Okay. Let's assume that's the case. So who's left? We have what happened to Martin Perrott, the 3rd mate, and what happened to Philip Dahl. These were the 2 individuals that just apparently fell off the earth. Well, it's not even that. Like I say, if they had disappeared, then the book would say they disappeared. They didn't disappear. Did anyone survive and make it to England? Perhaps they did. Perhaps they made it back all the way. Surely that's the only logical explanation. I thought they said right at the very beginning of the game that the ship was completely empty when it made it back, but perhaps I'm just misremembering that. Why can't I adjust their fate? That's a bit peculiar. That's very peculiar. Their fate's just set to unknown. That raises some questions. If I'm not allowed to change their fate, that is what their fate is recorded for, then there's no way I can get them correct. But if there's no way I can get them correct, or at least I can't get them any more correct than they are now. So the game should have accepted those as correct. The entries are as accurate as the game will let me make them. I don't know, maybe it's a bug accessing it from that screen or something. Now I can change who I think the identity of the person is. Via this menu, but I still can't change their fate. There's something weird going on here. Okay, let's check this one, shall we? So I believe that individual was speared. No, spiked, sorry. So, all up deck, port side. Yes, towards the bow. Oh, they're around the other side, aren't they? We haven't been back there for a long time.
Someone shoot the damn thing!
Maybe they weren't speared. Maybe that was my mistake. Could that be a bullet that... that's made it through the wall? If so, then who's firing the gun? Ah, we can see something. There's someone over there by the stairs. That individual there. Ah, so that's what happened. So there was at least one factual inaccuracy in what I had written so far. Alrighty. Oops, didn't mean to go back all that way. Wait, there's a quicker way to... There we go. Oh, I did it again. Because I want this one, don't I? Okay.
I've got you. Don't move. I'll get you down.
So this must have been later on. Looks to me like it may have been Nathan Peters. Oh, I wish I'd stopped doing that. Right. Just trying to orient myself. Again, looks to me like it's probably Nathan Peters. Ah, that's why I may have thought that they were spiked to death. I may not have realised that they crawled round the side and then were then shot. Okay, unfortunately I don't have a good view of Nathan Peters with the gun up close, but he's the only one whose physical description matches the one that we saw. So we're looking for the ship's steward. Was shot by a gun by Nathan Peters. But that didn't do it. How strange.
Secure the hole.
Wait, is that not the stairs? What is that thing coming down then? Alright. I'm reasonably confident about this identification and fate now. So I guess we could try swapping the name of the two Chinese individuals again, even though I thought our reasoning was good. Nope. So I'm guessing the game wants me to get all 6 of the remaining fates right to the greatest degree of precision that it will allow me, because of course for some of them it won't let me enter a fate. What was the other one that was unknown? It was the captain's steward, wasn't it? Yes, equally here I'm not allowed to enter a fate. That's really not in any question. They were speared by a beast, we saw it. Li Hong, maybe? Right, what's their last memory? So they just disappeared at the end of chapter 7. Yeah, what more could I say? This is the last moment. This is the last memory that they're a part of, and we can see them attacking. And then they're not seen from again. I mean, surely that must be drowned. I mean, if their body wasn't on board the ship after the incident, which it clearly wasn't, then clearly... well, there's only two places they could be. In the sea or in the creature. I suppose I could try changing it to... they were eaten. Nope. I'm not quite sure why the game hasn't come to an end yet. I don't think any of these final guesses are in any real doubt. The third mate, we know he was the third mate, or at least we have very strong anecdotal evidence to suggest as much. And we're not allowed to put down a fate for them, so it's not my fault that it says fate unknown. That's the game. Charles Minor, the boatswain's mate. Again, we figured out that they were the boatswain from who they were hanging around in the Life at Sea picture. Actually, I think it was the Justice at Sea picture. But either way. And we saw them being speared by a terrible beast. That's not in any doubt. Zungi Safi, the ship's steward. We saw them getting shot by Nathan Peters. So that's not in any doubt. Only way that could be wrong is if I misidentified the individual that did it. But, I mean, we did look very closely, and it looked a lot like Nathan Peters and not like anyone else that was there at the time. Philip Dowell, unknown. They come under the exact same category as the third mate, Martin Perrott. We have strong anecdotal evidence to suggest who they were. So that's not in any doubt, and I'm not allowed to fill in the fate. It's the game that's decided that's unknown. Huang Li and Li Hong, we figured out who they were by looking carefully at their legwear. One of them was electrocuted, not really in any doubt, we saw it happen. One of them was drowned, that's the only explanation for what happened to them, given that they weren't on board after the attack. And that's everyone accounted for. So that's the third mate, the boatswain's mate, the ship's steward, the captain's steward, and 2 topmen. None of that's in any doubt. Perhaps I'm misunderstanding how the game works. Perhaps I'm supposed to hand it in at this point or something? Perhaps the game doesn't automatically tell me I've got it correct, I have to commit? Okay, perhaps I have to enter the little rowboat again to commit my guesses. I've forgotten how I get there. It should be over here. Yes.
All done? We should go. Storm's nearly about, so we won't be coming back. If you've still business here, climb up and finish it. Else I'll make to port.
I'm gonna look this up online because I don't want to mess the game up because the game's unclear. If it's the case that I'm supposed to just get on there and then the game will tell me whether I'm right or wrong, fair enough, I'm completely cool with that. What I'm not cool with is it being ambiguous about whether that's what I'm supposed to do or not. Is it the case that if I get on there then it will say, oh, so you only managed to get 54 out of 60 or something like that? And if you want to complete the game, you need to stay until every last one is solved. There will be 2 or 3 characters you won't have to say what their fate is. Well, that strongly implies that I've got some of them wrong. Does it not want me to say electrocuted? Was it the fall that killed them? Is that what the game was hoping for? Well, it hasn't confirmed yet. Could the names be the wrong way round? Wait, why wouldn't it let me change the name now? Oh, because I can't do it from that menu. See, the fact that the memory showed them at the point at which the lightning struck them, not at the point at which they fell, makes me think that they were electrocuted. Nope, that hasn't committed. I am utterly bamboozled at this point. Interestingly, I didn't see any mention online to the last 6 being special. So it's not even like the game shouldn't be confirming the next 3. It may be that the last 3 are special in some way, but the last 6 aren't. But again, I don't think we've made a mistake. Let's say these 2 are absolutely correct. That would mean that every other guess is wrong. Well, the 2 unknowns may not count. So that would mean that these 2 would have to be wrong. Let's try swapping their names again. Because that was our original guess, if you recall. Even though it puts them in odd positions in the picture. Nope, that's not it. I just don't get it. We're confident about this individual's identity, and we saw them being speared by a beast. That's just not in question. We're confident about this individual's identity, and being drowned by a beast is the only explanation. We're confident about this individual's identity, although admittedly I should put that back to electrocuted. Given that I hadn't put that back, let's swap their names again. This is the only one that is in any way in question due to the identity of the person that shot them, but we were pretty certain that it was Nathan Peters. But yeah, I'm told that not even 3 of them are correct. So who's here? We have Thomas Lank. We have the bosun. We have Peter Milroy. The butcher has already been slain. Nathan Peters, I think, topless with a mid-coloured pair of trousers, whereas the carpenter is not topless and has darker trousers. Right, where's the magic door?
Secure the hole! Someone shoot the damn thing!
Is that the Persian crew member? That does look like Nathan Peters, doesn't it? Unfortunately, don't have eyes on the carpenter. But I really don't think it is. The carpenter had quite distinctive clothing. I think that guess is correct. Yet it can't be. I really don't think I've got the deaths and fates of the two Chinese individuals wrong. I really do think they're right, but that means that every other guess must be wrong. Oh, apparently they claim the last 6 fates are solved in pairs. But if that's true, if the last 6 fates are special and they get solved in pairs, then am I to believe that I don't even have a pair of fates correct? Let's ignore the two that I cannot do. Actually, let's check their... No, we have checked their death. I was just thinking, could we have another ship steward situation where they receive what looks like a fatal wound, but then actually something happened to them shortly thereafter, which is the real cause of death. But no, I remember clicking on their body and then we got to see them being speared. That was fairly unambiguous. Okay, I have an idea. What if I write down all of these, then I remove them all and then I add them again? Just trying to think. Where's the captain steward? Are they up here? Right, I've made notes for all of them. Now let's remove their entries. Hold on. There's no room for me to add entries for these two, even when I remove their names, even though I can do that with the others. I guess the game recognises that they... that the individuals with those pictures are a special case, because we never encountered their bodies. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's all there, all of those removed. Right, let's add them again, one at a time. And possibly on the second one, certainly by the third. We expect a confirmation. Is there any possibility I got this wrong? Like, for example, could these two be the wrong way round? This one's dress is more similar to the other. Chinese individuals. Maybe that's what I got wrong. And it would make sense for them to be a topman, given where they're sitting. That could have been the mistake. They were speared, weren't they? Okay, so I did have some of them wrong. And indeed, the game... the game confirmed it after just 2 more fates. Let's keep going then. Wait, what does it say that's an officer? They're not all officers remaining, are they? No, I must have just marked that down accidentally. Okay, who else can we be confident about? I'm very confident about this being the third mate. So who's left unaccounted for? This individual, this individual, this individual. Sorry, this individual. Right, what memories is this individual involved in? No, that is the captain's steward, because he was described as such in one of the memories, I recall this. Because the captain, as he was being dragged off to the lazarette, said something about being my steward for so many years and no, there not having been a single question about your sanity or something like that. Those weren't his exact words, but it was to that effect. So did I get these two the wrong way round? Who's left? Charles Minor, boatswain's mate, and Zungi Sathi. You were definitely shot by a gun fired by where is he? Nathan Peters. You most certainly drowned. So I suppose the only question is, which of you was the boatswain's mate and which of you was the ship's steward? What memories are you involved in and what were you doing in them? If you were supervising the movement of cargo, that makes me think you're the boatswain's mate. Even though it says you're in this memory, I'm not seeing you. Right, what were you doing in that memory? You're doing manual labour. That doesn't really figure with being the ship's steward or the bosun's mate. It's closer to the bosun's mate though.
One shell.
Inconclusive. Let's keep going. Really? You're in this scene? What were you doing? I called it a scene again, didn't I? You're in this memory. I take it you wouldn't have been up here, would you? No. I can only assume they must be one of the men down there. What about the other individual? Can I pin down what they were doing aboard ship? Where were they? Here they were. It makes more sense for them to be the steward, doesn't it? Because it would put them with the other stewards. Hang on. Shouldn't only one of them be present in the hammock memory, and that would be the one which was the steward? Because the stewards didn't have their own accommodation, did they? That's not a lot of help. Well, let's test this latest theory. That's interesting. What were you doing in that scene, in that memory? When the cook was struck by the sea creature.
fries, a solid meal, boys.
Now,
What's it, gentlemen? It's a pretty shelly, eh? Let's have a look.
no, get back.
Two stewards there. Ah, you were supervising. Unfortunately, that increases the possibility that you were the bosun's mate because you're supervising, not actually doing the work yourself. I say unfortunately because we're getting some evidence pointing one way and other evidence pointing the other. So let's see whether you were in the hammock memory, which would imply that you're not an officer. Neither of them were. I think I found that last scene quite convincing. The fact that he was supervising work makes me think that he was the bosun's mate, not the individual we've bookmarked right now, the previous one. This individual. I think we found the bosun's mate. Which makes you the ship's steward. But the game hasn't confirmed it. And if I swap them around? To be fair, now I look up close, they do look more like they may be of Indian descent, whereas this individual doesn't. But why has the game not confirmed these then? He wears a similar uniform to the other stewards, but he's further back as if he's being distanced from them. I think that all figures with him being the ship's steward who happens to be of Indian descent. Is there any possibility this is the captain's steward? Not really. Where was that scene where the individual was being taken off to the lazaret? And the captain said, "So many years, my steward," etc. I don't think that was far from here. No, this wasn't it. When did that happen in the chronology? If I'm right about this individual's identity, then I should be able to find that memory quite quickly. Because it should be the last memory they featured in. 20 years my steward and never a doubt in your sanity. Right. So it's near the stairs to the cargo hold. This was it, wasn't it?
Keep pressure here.
Hold him down. What madness is this? 20 years my steward had never a doubt on your sanity. Explain yourself.
Those ungodly beasts carry a curse! Throw them back or doom us all!
Tie him up and put him in the lazarette with those things. He may yet find his senses.
Come on. All's fine, John. Been in worse spots, I think. Where's the rest of his leg?
Right, who's being dragged off? Yeah, that's the captain's steward. That's not in any doubt then. But if that is definitely the captain's steward, and I think we can say with confidence that's definitely the third mate, then it's only these two that are in any doubt. Maybe it wants me to put eaten for this one, not drowned. No? Let's go to the last memory. Oops, didn't mean to do that. That's the one I wanted. Oh, of course. Abigail was the last one to perish in that. That attack on the ship. That's the bosun. More evidence that that's the bosun's mate. This is the last we see of them. Am I supposed to put torn apart by the beast? I'm really, really confident now that we've correctly identified who these two are. Let's remove these two's identification, just in case it's causing problems for the game. I mean, you wouldn't have thought it would be, but you never know. So it's down to these two, whose identity I'm fairly certain we've pinned down. This has got to be drowned. Surely this is drowned, because their body was never found. There's only really one... From this point onwards, there's only really one explanation. Actually, what was the name of the bosun's mate? The bosun's mate was named Charles Minor. I've got a feeling when the bosun died, they said something about, or there was a conversation had about their mate. I bet that's what we're missing.
Put me down. Let go. Easy now. You're in a bad way.
It's the squid. Where is my Frenchman?
The squid's gone. Your mate was torn apart.
Torn apart.
The beast is dead. How? How did you kill it?
We didn't. It left with the storm. Captain came up from the hold. Said he chased it off. You should rest.
A curse like that does not live for nothing.
Okay, we know their fate with certainty then. Fate and identity. So then I must have something wrong about this entry. We know it's not the steward and we know it's not the third mate, so by the process of elimination we absolutely must have the identity correct. So I must have something about their cause of death wrong. What was their name? Zungi Sathi. I don't remember hearing that name spoken.
Someone shoot the damn thing!
Yeah, we can see the path the bullet's taking. Or shot, depending upon the type of gun. The only thing I realistically could have got wrong is the identity of the person that shot the gun, I'd have thought.
We're no use!
No help there. Oh, that's right, I had to go for that memory. So this is the memory that directly follows the one where Zathi was shot. But this is the wrong section, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, it's the bosun's mate, Charles Minor. I recognise the figure. That was the mistake then. I think we've got it. So you were shot by the bosun's mate. Where is bosun's mate? There. Hey! All currently solvable fates correct. Nearly there. There's nothing left to do on the Obra Dinn. Well, there's one thing I'd like to do. And that's mark down the identity of the third mate and the ship's steward again. Not that I anticipate I will be getting them confused, but even so. Wonderful.
We should go. Storm's nearly about, so we won't be coming back.
Goodness. How do I confirm? Or do I just wait not doing anything at all?
Finally. Sit down so you don't fall out.
Wonderful. One week later. The Honourable East India Company. Insurance assessment for the good ship Obra, victim of calamitous events at sea, prepared by the Company Office of Investigation. Ship damaged in Squall Atlantic, sunk in Storm Falmouth, payout claim £20,000. Cargo. All cargo lost. Payout claimed £5,000. Oh, that's Cargo Company, Cargo Crown. All cargo lost. Payout claimed for restitution £3,000. Captain Robert Whitterell. Fate suicide, gun, criminal findings, murder of crewmate 4, estate forfeited to the Crown. Oh dear. Trying to remember who that was. That would have been one of the... If it was crewmate 4, then that would have been the third mate. Which is interesting because we never discovered their fate. William Hosgood, first mate. Fate shot, gun. R. Whitterell, criminal findings. Attempted mutiny, estate fined £25. Edward Nichols, second mate. Fate shot, gun. C. Tan, criminal findings. Murder of crewmate 2. Attempted mutiny, theft of cargo, estate fined £100. How could they have murdered crewmate 2, given that crewmate 2 would have been the first mate? Something there I'm not following. Martin Perrott, third mate. Fate unknown. Findings of merit. Oh, well then he wasn't murdered by the captain. Extraordinary valour. Exceptional performance of duties. The state awarded outstanding wages and reward £90. John Davies, fourth mate. Fate, clubbed. H. Brennan, criminal findings, murder of crewmate 1. Oh, maybe this is the number of crewmates? Estate fined £15. Alfred Clestill, bosun, fate, torn apart, beast. Findings of merit, exceptional performance of duties, estate awarded outstanding wages and reward, £70. Charles Minor, boatswain's mate, fate torn apart, beast, criminal findings, murder of crewmate, 1, estate unknown, expense claimed, £15. That's odd. The only individual I'm aware he killed was the ship's steward, and that was clearly entirely accidental. He ended up shooting them through a wall, and they couldn't really have known they were there. Henry Evans, surgeon, fate alive, Africa, findings of demerit, abandonment of crew and vessel, estate awarded outstanding wages, £50. James Wallace, surgeon's mate, fate strangled, beast, findings of merit, extraordinary valour, estate awarded outstanding wages and reward, £50. Winston Smith, carpenter, fate spiked, findings of merit, extraordinary valour, estate awarded outstanding wages and reward, £60. Marcus Gibbs, carpenter's mate, fate spiked, estate unknown, outstanding wages donated to pension fund, £30. How would that work? I thought pensions at the time, to the extent that they existed, really did only ever attribute to the individual in question. They weren't there to support a whole family, they were there to make up for the work one person could provide. For example, if a soldier went to war and got badly injured such that they couldn't work for the rest of their life, that was the point of the pension. It was supposed to make up for the wages they couldn't earn, but it wasn't expected to support an entire family on its own. Because it was anticipated that, at least among the working classes, many of the members of the family would be working, if not all of them. So I don't understand how they could have a posthumous pension here. Thomas Sefton, cook, fate struck tail, estate awarded outstanding wages, £40. Emil O'Farrell, butcher, fate spiked, findings of merit, exceptional performance of duties, estate awarded outstanding wages and reward, £40. Christian Wolf, gunner, fate shot, cannon, beast, findings of merit, exceptional performance of duties, estate awarded outstanding wages and reward, £70. Olus Wiata, gunner's mate, fate shot, gun, J. Davies, criminal findings, murder of crewmate, 1, attempted mutiny, estate fined, £50. Duncan Mackay, purser, fate drowned, beast, findings of demerit, abandonment of crew and vessel, estate awarded outstanding wages, £50. I'd forgotten that. Did they abandon the crew and vessel? That would only make sense if they were part of the kidnapping group. Finley Dalton, helmsman, fate drowned, beast, estate awarded outstanding wages, £30. Edward Spratt, artist, fate crushed, beast, estate awarded outstanding wages, £50. Abigail Hoscott, Witterell, passenger, fate crushed, rigging, no claim made. Nunzio Pasqua, passenger, fate knifed, E. Nichols, no claim made. Emily Jackson, passenger, fate alive, Africa, criminal findings, murder of crewmate, 1. Again, that's a member of the crew that had just killed another crew member in her presence. Findings of demerit, abandonment of crew and vessel, estate fined, £35. Miss Jane Bird, passenger, alive, Africa, findings of demerit, abandonment of crew and vessel, estate fined, £10. Bun Lan Lin, passenger, fate clawed, no claim made. It Beng Sia, passenger, fate burned, criminal findings, murder of crewmate, estate unknown, expense claimed, £25. He had been kidnapped, though, by those crew members. He was being he was a victim of false imprisonment among possibly multiple other along with possibly being the victim of other crimes. So it seems a bit harsh to call him a murderer. Also, if he was a passenger, they weren't his crewmates. Joel Tan, passenger, fate spied, criminal findings, murder of crewmate, estate unknown, expense claimed £25. Hokseng Lau, passenger, fate shot, gun, H. Brennan, no claim made. Zungi Safi, ship's steward, fate shot, gun, C. minor, estate awarded, outstanding wages £25. Philip Dahl, captain steward, fate unknown, criminal findings, murder of crewmate 1, findings of demerit, failure to perform duties, estate fine £25. Paul Moss, first mate steward, fate killed, sword. Al Vokov, findings of merit, exceptional performance of duties, estate awarded, outstanding wages and reward £45. Samuel Gallagher, second mate steward, fate knifed. IC, criminal findings, attempted mutiny, theft of cargo, estate fined £50. Roderick Anderson, third mate steward, fate crushed, cannon, estate awarded, outstanding wages £10. Davy James, fourth mate steward, fate alive, Africa, findings of demerit, abandonment of crew and vessel, no claim made. Peter Milroy, midshipman, fate exploded, findings of merit, extraordinary valour, estate awarded, outstanding wages and reward £40. Thomas Lank, midshipman, fate knifed, Owiata, estate awarded, outstanding wages £30. Charles Hirschstick, midshipman, fate burned, findings of merit, extraordinary valour, exceptional performance of duties, estate awarded, outstanding wages and reward £50. Omid Gul, topman, fate drowned, beast, findings of merit, exceptional performance of duties, estate awarded, outstanding wages and reward £35. Timothy Butemont, topman, fate shot, gun, E. Nichols, findings of merit, extraordinary valour, estate awarded, outstanding wages and reward £35. Huang Li, topman, fate electrocuted, findings of merit, exceptional performance of duties, estate awarded, outstanding wages and reward £35. Ji Zhang, topman, fate strangled, beast, findings of merit, extraordinary valour, estate awarded, outstanding wages and reward £35. Li Hong, topman, fate speared, beast, criminal findings, attempted mutiny, theft of cargo, estate fined £50. Wei Li, topman, fate drowned, beast, findings of merit, extraordinary valour, exceptional performance of duties, estate awarded, outstanding wages and reward £45. Nichols Botterill, topman, fate speared, beast, estate awarded, outstanding wages £25. I wonder why the insurance company is paying for things like exceptional valour, exceptional performance of duties and so on. I wouldn't have thought that's their job. Mabba, topman, fate, torn apart, beast, findings of merit, extraordinary valour, exceptional performance of duties, estate unknown, outstanding wages and reward donated to pension fund, £45. Lewis Walker, topman, fate clubbed, R. Witterell, criminal findings, attempted mutiny, estate fined, £25. Leonid Volkov, fate shot, gun, E. Jackson, criminal findings, murder of crewmate, estate unknown, expense claimed, £15. Alakas Nikishin, seaman, fate drowned, beast, criminal findings, attempted mutiny, theft of cargo, estate unknown, expense claimed, £50. Alexei Toporov, seaman, fate drowned, beast, criminal findings, attempted mutiny, theft of cargo, estate unknown, expense claimed, £50. Nathan Peters, seaman, fate drowned, beast, criminal findings, murder of crewmate, findings of demerit, abandonment of crew and vessel, estate fined, £25. Lars Lind, seaman, fate clubbed, N. Peters, estate awarded, outstanding wages £15. John Naples, seaman, fate killed, sword, F. Dahl, findings of merit, exceptional performance of duties, estate awarded, outstanding wages and reward £25. Renfred Rajab, seaman, fate illness, estate unknown, outstanding wages donated to pension fund £15. Abraham Akbar, seaman, fate crushed, beast, findings of merit, exceptional performance of duties, estate awarded, outstanding wages and reward £25. William Wasson, seaman, fate, fell, stairs, findings of merit, exceptional performance of duties, estate awarded outstanding wages and reward £25. Solomon Seed, fate, illness, estate awarded outstanding wages £15. Hamadou Diom, seaman, fate spiked, findings of merit, exceptional performance of duties, estate unknown, outstanding wages and reward donated to pension fund. Henry Brennan, seaman, fate knifed, R. Witterall, criminal findings, murder of crewmate 1, attempted mutiny, estate fined £50. Alexander Booth, seaman, fate drowned, beast, findings of demerit, abandonment of crew and vessel, estate awarded outstanding wages £5. Patrick O'Hagan, seaman, fate speared, beast, criminal findings, attempted mutiny, theft of cargo, estate fined £50. George Shirley, seaman, fate, shot, cannon, beast, findings of merit, extraordinary valour, estate awarded outstanding wages and reward £25. Samuel Peters, seaman, fate crushed, cargo, estate awarded outstanding wages £15. Really? He was killed before they even left port, and he was already owed £15 of wages? Because back then £15 was a lot. I don't know what the actual figures for real crew members at various levels would have been back then, although I would say it seems a bit flat. I'd have expected the officers to be getting proportionately a lot more than they are. But I could just about believe figures like normal seamen getting, orders of £10 if this was for a very, very long period. But as I say, Samuel Peters died before they had left Britain, I believe. Strange. A preliminary draft of this assessment has been approved by the Royal Trade Guarantor. Total claimed £29,285. On behalf of the Honourable East India Company, I certify all statements as accurate and declare this matter closed in its entirety. And then there's a box here. HMC Chief Inspector. Wonderful. The pocket watch remains in your possession. The book returns to its original owner, Henry Evans in Morocco, as requested. The ship's been sunk though, so how am I going to get aboard the lazarette? 1 year later. Well, this is interesting. I can't seem to move. I think this is some sort of cinematic. Oh, of course I have servants. Of course I would. That's not my job to go to the door. Nice looking wallpaper.
Package at this hour. Oh, the thing smells just dreadful.
Oh dear.
Don't open it inside. I'll be turning in now.
Have I been sent a body part in the mail? I have a really bad feeling I have. Presumably the good doctor sent it to me. Chief Inspector, I write to you with the unfortunate news that Dr. Evans has passed away. He has succumbed to his illness shortly after receiving your package. He was very pleased with your correspondence and asked that his gratitude be expressed by returning the book to you, along with the means to complete it. As for the three of us that remain, the Obra Dinn is a distant memory and a dreadful chapter in our lives that we much wish to forget. Sorry, that we wish to forget. Do not write back. Regards, Jane Bird. Yeah, he has indeed sent me a body part. I take it this is... yeah. Oh, this belongs to you now. Please finish it. Right. Let's see where this severed hand takes us. Presumably to the lazarette.
There you are. Collect your things. Where's the key? To that door. Gone. Damn. There's no time. We need to go. Right.
Here you go.
What are you up to?
Nothing good.
Oh my goodness. So that's the monkey. Why are they attacking the monkey? So that's the ship's steward. Presumably he's still alive at this point, but cowering. Oh. The third mate was spiked then. That's the surgeon. That's Henry Evans. Goodness. Oh, it was a monkey's paw they sent us. That was the severed hand. A friendly but not entirely pleasant monkey companion was sacrificed in the pursuit of knowledge. Two others were present. Is that the entire... No, that's the end of the bargain chapter. Interesting. We're starting at the end. Ooh, do we have the spirit of the watch returning? I think we do. Oh no. I'm just being urged to inspect that body.
A third shell. Captain didn't toss them all. Leave it. Help me lift this. Why? Well, set you free. Give it the shell. Do it. Hoist it out. To the main deck. Throw it over. Lock the door when you leave. Get the tail, boy.
Oh, so they kept that creature alive. That's presumably the one that killed the cook.
In return, the ship. The Obra Dinn. See it home.
Interesting. That's the same sort of sparkling we saw from a distance when we were looking off the portside bow of the Obra Dinn. So is that water in there? I was wondering what that substance was. I wouldn't say the fate was unknown. He was spiked by a terrible beast, indeed. Oh, what is that? I can't tell what that is. It looks like it's got a lot of limbs, whatever it is.
I'll kill every last one of you monsters. Withdraw the Kraken, or I will kill you all!
So that was the captain, was it? So that's why the creature withdrew then. The Kraken, as he put it. Presumably these creatures had summoned it, and then he, as we just saw, threatened to kill them all if they didn't withdraw it. Interesting. So was that the so-called bargain that this chapter is named for? If so, quite a lot of duress. A captured beast fought against its jailer and was speared for the trouble. I do of course notice the treasure chest there and the shell that's been pulled out.
Call it off, damn you! This is your Kraken! You brought it here! Send it back!
So that creature got shot then. Interesting that he seems to assume they understand English. So we still don't know how the captain's steward died. I do see what looks like blood though. Oh, of course. He was imprisoned in there with those creatures after he attacked a crew member, and he wanted the shells to be sent back. An unholy creature's defiant shrieks were greeted with a fatal bullet. So perhaps they attacked him because they wanted to... because he was causing problems for the captain when the captain went in the room? Perhaps he wasn't allowing him near the chest, or just attacked him on sight. I don't know.
What's this? Quicksilver. Herre min Gud!
Goodness. So he was burned then? Where's the blood coming from? So he was actually dead by the time the captain got in there. No sign of anyone on the outside. They were burned. Obra done. Well done, all fates correct. Wonderful. Is this door going to take me to the credit sequence by any chance? No, actually. Wait, why did they shoot the monkey though? Was this in an effort to get its paw to make some sort of supernatural bargain? I'm not sure that was fully explained. Goodness. So that's it then. So, thank you everyone that came. I hope you enjoyed that. I will be streaming again on Monday, in which I will probably be starting the game Quern. That's my current thoughts on the matter, although I suppose that might change. I'll also be streaming next Friday and next Saturday. All streams will be starting at 4 o'clock British Summer Time. Should that change at all, then I'll announce it on Twitter. So once again, thank you for coming, and I hope you all have a wonderful night. Good night.